Welcome back to AirSplat On Demand. I'm Jake.
And I'm Kristen.
And today we're going over the Classic Army DSA Arms SA58.
Which is one of their Pro Line series for $384.99 on our website.
This rifle is worth every penny. I've got one myself, and it's probably one of my favorites. Just to give you a brief history, this rifle has two that we're going to be going over today. First being the FAL, and the second being the actual DSA Arms company.
So a little history on the FAL version. It was first produced in the late 1940s, early 1950s by Fabrique Nationale, a company in Belgium. With the rise of the Cold War, NATO was looking for a standardized rifle that they could distribute amongst their allies that would share a common cartridge. The FAL almost made the cut. It was accepted by multiple European countries, but the US decided they wanted to stick with the T-47 prototype, which ended up as the M14.
Both rifles in full production, they ended up sharing the exact same cartridge, which is 7.62 by 5.1 NATO, still used to this very day. With that said, we tried distributing this rifle all over to counter the influence that the AK-47 had on the Third World. It earned the title of right arm of the free world, with that said. So to jump into the DSA Arms side of the story, they started manufacturing a FAL variant, which is this, what we have in front of us, the SA58. They've been manufacturing FAL since the early 90s, and they've got close to 40 different replicas, everything from compact carbines like this to ones with full rail systems to the classic FAL that you would see with the wood furniture. It's unbelievable how far they've actually taken it. And what I like about this rifle is it actually has the DSA Arms stamp on there in Barrington, Illinois, which is probably about 40 minutes away from where I live, right outside Chicago. So just to go over some of the external features that this one has, it's got a 10.5-inch barrel and a full metal upper and lower receiver,
as well as a CNC milled weaver rail along the top, and trademarks all over. Pretty sweet. Yeah.
What I like about this rifle is how easy it is to disassemble. I guess there must have been emphasis on this, just like the actual one, where it just remove these two bolts and the two halves come apart. I dig how compact this rifle is. I found it easily maneuverable, getting in and out of vehicles, as well as using it in a close quarters environment and using it out in an open field. It was extremely adaptable to a number of environments.
So the bolt locks back to the rear, making it easier to adjust the hop up, and the release is located directly next to the mag release, which you may want to practice with because you will get it confused.
Guaranteed. It took me forever to get used to it.
Close quarters. It uses the version 3 gearbox. It comes with all of your Classic Army standard parts.
Yeah, like your polycarbonate piston, 7mm gearbox with metal bushings, and a high torque motor. I also love how easy this thing is to disassemble. I just can't re-emphasize that more. Literally, just comes apart. It's so cool. God. And plus the version 3 gearbox, I find it so much easier to work on than version 2 gearboxes. Last thing I like to mention is it gives plenty of space for upgraded wiring. So when I swap mine out to 16 gauge, there's plenty of room in there.
It is very accurate. We were shooting Pythons at about 120 feet very easily.
Yeah, no joke. With the 9.6 battery, you're probably going to be pushing between 850 and 900 rounds per minute. I think that's an awesome rate of fire.
Very good. And when we clocked it, it was shooting between 330 and 350 feet per second, so it's definitely packing a little punch.
So with the rail system, definitely take advantage of that. You can mount any set you want on there, just because this gun can do a CQB environment. But I have a 3x ACOG on mine, which is perfect for field games.
And Classic Army also offers a forward rail system as well as a extremely large 1,000-round magazine and a mid-cap mag, which is very cool. Lots of options.
Yeah, especially for you Nielsen guys out there. So all in all, this is one of my favorite rifles in my collection. I can almost guarantee you guys have probably seen me out in the field using this one. Definitely a good rifle to take out on the field. It is also one of the nicest rifles that we have on our website. Classic Army spared no detail regarding this gun. So I would definitely recommend if you want to invest your money into a good gun.
He likes it. Alright guys, thanks again for tuning in to AirSplat On Demand. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jake.
And we'll see you next week.